Hello everyone, just wanted to go over a calculator that I coded in Python. This is a super basic video, just something that I created. In my GitHub profile, under repositories, I've got this basic calculator, just one file. It's very humble. So I'm just gonna take the code and copy paste into Visual Studio Code. Originally I was gonna call it Candy Math. So as we know with Python, or any language, whenever there's hash signs, that means this is just documentation and this is stuff that the program is going to ignore. This is just for us humans to read. So from the first line, I'm importing a sleep function from the module time. I'm defining here a function. It's going to be boot up candy math. Function of this is we're going to print this statement, and then sleep means that it's going to wait 0.5 seconds before going on to the next line. So it's going to print the next message, then it's going to sleep again, print the next message, sleep again, and it's just going to print out all these messages all the way down to the bottom. And the reason why I put in the sleep functions from the time module is to give it kind of a DOS, old school Nintendo startup kind of vibe. So if I were to hit play, you can see that it's starting up and it like slowly pops up here, slowly draws out the calculator, and then we've got 4 operators here. We have add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Before we get into those operators, let's talk about the logic behind this. So first we have to define add. Add is going to be x and y and the parameters, and then our return value is going to be x plus y. Python natively already understands what plus is, and it understands what integers are. We don't know what x and y is yet, so those are kind of our filler spots, like our a and b, x and y. It could be, next we have our subtract value, and again our parameters are then returned with x minus y. Our multiplication function, we define multiply with our 2 placeholders, and it's going to be return x times y. Then we have a divide, same thing. And then this is our print section. So far, we haven't input anything. This is where we're about to do some user input. And it's just while, it's going to be a while loop. So while true, take input from the user. So true, we actually didn't give it anything to be true or false. So that way, it's just true no matter what, because there is no false, because there isn't really a condition that we gave it. So we're going to take an input from the user. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And inside our while loop, we're going to put in an if block. So if choice in one of these numbers, then we're going to have a number 1 that is going to be the first number that the user enters. Then we're going to have a number 2, which is the second number that the user enters. And then we're going to go down the choices. So if the user chose 1, this means that it's going to do addition. And if the user were to do 2, that would be subtraction. If the user were to do 3, that'd be multiplication. And if the user were to do 4, that would be divide. And here, where we do add and subtract and multiply and divide, these are our functions that we defined earlier on in our script. And if the user doesn't enter any of these numbers, then we're just going to get back a value that says invalid input. A lot of times in code, you might want to put in the errors before all the functions, or you want to put it after. Some people like to put all the debugging stuff before all of this begins, just to kind of optimize it. Sometimes I see it after. I guess it depends on what you're scripting. For this script, it's very humble and it's a very simple script. It doesn't rely on any other files. It doesn't even repeat. So at the end of this, no matter what you do, it's just going to close out of it anyway. So this isn't really a program. It's nothing sophisticated. This is not a good script. This is just something that I made that I just wanted to show off. So hope you guys liked it, and I hope you learned something.